Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We're super excited to kick off TOHacks 2021 this weekend. Just awesome. My name is Shwetha, and I am a recent grad from computer engineering at Queen's, and I'm going to start full-time at Microsoft this summer.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andy, one of the co-founders of TOHacks. I am currently a product data manager at a small fintech AI startup, and I also have a newsletter and I build no-code tools.
Hello, my name is Joy. I am the VP of Operations at TOHacks. I am currently a fourth-year management engineering student at the University of Waterloo, and previously I worked at Capco as a consultant.
Awesome. Our mission at TOHacks is to connect high school and post-secondary students with professional development and growth opportunities through an inclusive and uplifting environment. So this past year in review, we've had some amazing initiatives that we've had the opportunity to partake in. So this year we had a mentorship program run in partnership with Capital One for second and third year females in STEM. And it was an amazing opportunity for females who are breaking into the industry to just get some mentorship from industry professionals. Along with that, we ran a case competition with Echo AR on augmented and virtual reality. And it was an amazing opportunity for participants to just learn more about this upcoming field and how they could utilize Echo AR's platform. And we've also run workshops in partnership with IE University. So one we did was harnessing the power of big data, and that was an amazing opportunity as well. And now our biggest event that we've ever hosted is TOHacks 2021. A closer look, the hackathon is taking place virtually for 24 hours. We have over 15 sponsors, and we also have 70K plus prizes. So we are having over 900 participants take part in the hackathon, and we have over 25 workshops that we've run through Hype Week and also TOHacks 2021. And with that, we have over 45 mentors available to help out participants this weekend.
Awesome. Thank you, Shweta. So we'd like to move over to the sponsor intros now. So first up, we have Dan Desjardins, who is the Executive Director of Distributed Compute Labs, a platinum sponsor of TOHacks 2021. Dan, over to you.
Andy, thank you so much. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, well, it's an absolute pleasure to be with TOHacks again this year, and we look forward to a long relationship with you folks. We're a group of scientists, both computer scientists, physicists, chemists, statisticians, building a distributed supercomputer that's designed to overlay onto any number of devices on a computer lab or at a university campus to turn into compute meshes that people can train their AI models, build blockchain apps, or whatever they want for free. Academic institutions all around the world. Thank you very much, and we look forward to the event.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dan. Over to Michelle Reyes, who is a campus program manager at Geotab. Geotab as one of our gold sponsors for TOHacks 2021. Over to you, Michelle.
Thanks, Andy. Good morning and happy Saturday, hackers. We are super excited to be here with all of you. As Andy said, my name is Michelle. I'm from the campus team at Geotab. This is actually our first time participating at TOHacks, and so far it's been an awesome experience, and we are super excited to be meeting everyone. And just wanted to spend a little bit of time just sharing a little bit about what Geotab is, who we are, as you kind of go through the weekend. Next slide, Andy. Thank you. So Geotab, we know, not necessarily a household name, but when you think about what we do, and then when I explain a little bit more about what we do, I think you'll start to see the connections. So Geotab, at our heart, we are an engineering and tech company, and we operate in the space of what is called fleet telematics. And basically what that is that's the idea of connected vehicles. So on the screen, you'll see we manufacture a device that goes into vehicles, and it collects data from these vehicles. So not just location data, but think of things like, you know, what your vehicle is actually doing. So how fast it's going, when it's braking, do you have your seatbelt on, you know, things like that. And then what it does is takes that data and pushes it into a software solution that we also create and basically offer to our clients as a solution. Next slide, Andy. So one of the things to consider, or one of the things that we also do with the Go device is it actually collects information from the environment as well. So think road conditions, what's happening around your vehicle while the Go device is plugged in. Is it raining? If you think about sort of, you know, if your windshield wipers are on, it'll collect that information. If the roads around you, for example, are maybe there's an earthquake happening and things like that, it detects all of these things and it feeds it into, as I mentioned, the software solution that we create. Next slide. So at Geotab, as much as we are an engineering company, big data is also at the heart of our culture. So broadly, we have about 2.2 million connected vehicles globally in over 130 countries. We collect over 50 billion data points a day. So you can just imagine the size of the data and the type of information that we collect. And so we're really excited this weekend to be introducing you to our Ignition platform. So it's part of our challenge, and basically we are encouraging all of you to play around with the data sets that we have in our Ignition database. It has everything from location analysis, urban analytics, and basically coming up with a really awesome hack and solution using some of the data that you can find in there. Next slide. So this is just an example of some of the companies that we work with. The best way I try to explain to it is PepsiCo is one of our largest clients and organizations that we work with. So think about all the trucks and all the fleets that they have on the roads. We collect all the information from their vehicles and help them make better decisions. So that's how our Go device and our solutions, that's how our companies are using it. Next slide. So we are actively recruiting for September 2021. So I'm part of the campus team. You'll be meeting with us this afternoon as well for the networking. I'm happy to talk to you about the jobs that we have open. And we're actively recruiting for September 2021 and look forward to telling you more about Geotab. Thanks so much, Andy.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Over to Mark Ryan, Data Science Manager at Intacc, another gold sponsor of ours. Mark,
hi, everybody. Thanks so much. Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Ryan. I'm one of the managers in the Intacc Data Lab in Toronto. Intacc is one of Canada's leading insurance companies, with particular focus on auto and home insurance through its Intacc and Bel Air brands. The Intacc Data Lab comprises over 300 people, data scientists, actuaries, data engineers, and software developers at sites across Canada, as well as Hong Kong. And we apply machine learning and data science to solve practical problems, improve our client experience, and make Intacc's internal business processes run more efficiently. For example, we use data science to help set premiums for auto and home insurance, to streamline the process of making an insurance claim, and to make customer support more effective. My team, which includes Andrew, who's part of the team putting together the hackathon this weekend, works on usage-based insurance, or UBI. And this is in the same space as what Michelle was just talking about Geotab's work on telematics. And in this program, clients who sign up for UBI install an app on their mobile phone that uses the sensors in the phone to collect key driving factors, such as acceleration, speed, and braking. And we train a model using this driving information, and then use this model to predict the client's future claim behavior. That is, how likely they are to make an auto insurance claim based on their current driving behavior. And this system allows us to make adjustments to what drivers pay for auto insurance, so the best drivers get a break. It also allows us to share information with drivers to help them be safer drivers and drive with less negative impact on the environment. We are hiring interns for every term, and we'll shortly be recruiting interns to join us for the fall term, September to December 2021. If you have a background in data science and machine learning and want to have an impact, please consider Intacc. And by being a sponsor for this hackathon, Intacc hopes to strengthen the technical community in the GTA and encourage you to consider opportunities at Intacc. I'm very happy that members of the Intacc Toronto Data Lab team, including Frank, Alicia, and Andrew, are helping to make TOHacks 2021 possible. I'd like to thank them for making their time available for this great event. Thanks to the organizers and to all of you who are contestants and participants this weekend. Best of luck. Hope you have fun, learn a lot, and make good connections. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ryan. Over to Troy Good, CEO at Courier, a YC company. Troy, over to you.
Thanks, guys. Awesome. Thanks, and good morning, hackers. Great to meet everybody, and really excited to see what everybody's going to build today. So I'm Troy Good. I'm the founder and CEO of Courier. We're a YC-backed company that has built the easiest way for you to trigger and send notifications from your project. So if you want to send a mobile push, an SMS, an email, or even notify all of us in Discord, right? We have an easy-to-use platform where you can call a single API. You don't have to learn all of the intricacies of these other APIs, and we give you an easy drag and drop template builder so you can design what that content is going to look like. There's a lot of other APIs that we offer that allows you to do fan out and automations and orchestrations. You can find out more on our website, which is courier.com. We also have obviously a Discord channel where a number of our teammates are there. So we'd be happy to help you dig in and find cool things that you might be able to do with the platform as part of your project. Yeah. We're running a prize contest. So the best use of Courier today, the best team gets a $400 prize, as well as $60,000 in Courier credits, which should be quite significant because you also get 10,000 free messages per month, every month, forever, if you sign up for Courier today. And also, I'd like to offer, for the winning team, I'd love to buy you lunch over Zoom. And if you're interested, maybe we could talk through applying for YC, or if you've already applied, maybe we can go through some interview prep. Would love to pay it back and see how we can help you turn your project into a startup. So really excited to see what you're all building, and ping us in Discord if you have any questions. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Troy, and for being a gold sponsor for TOHacks 2021. I'd like to pass it over to Brandon Mowat, engineering manager at Ada. Brandon, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. As Andy just mentioned, I'm Brandon. I'm an engineering manager at Ada here in Toronto, where we build software to automate valuable customer interactions. You might not know who we are, but it's likely you've encountered our software before. Zoom is one of our biggest clients. So anytime you click a Zoom link, it takes you to a page that says your meeting's going to get started. In the bottom right corner, there's an Ada chatbot where we are their first line of customer support. It's been a really exciting weekend for us. On Friday, we announced that we had completed our Series C round of funding, making us Canada's newest unicorn company, so valued at over $1 billion. And now we get to sponsor a hackathon and mentor you all. So as part of our sponsorship, we're donating bots to teams that would like to build chat experiences. And I'll be running a workshop this evening on what sort of powerful things you can do with Ada. To get access to a bot, just message the sponsor Ada channel, and I'll spin up a bot for you. If you have any questions, also message in there. I'll be hanging out in there. And good luck to everyone.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brandon and Ada, for being a gold sponsor, and congratulations on the recent fundraising round. Over to some pre-recorded videos. So first up, we have Cockroach Labs, who is also a gold sponsor, and this is presented by Amruta, developer advocate at Cockroach Labs.
Hi, I'm Amruta, and I'm the developer advocate at Cockroach Labs. We are the makers of Cockroach DB, a distributed SQL database built for the cloud that lets you scale fast, survive anything, and thrive everywhere, just like a cockroach. To know more about Cockroach DB, chat with us on Discord. Happy hacking!
Awesome. And over to Capital One, another gold sponsor of TOHacks 2021, and this is presented by Kalpana Arivisagan, who is a senior software engineer.
Hey everyone, I'm Kalpana Arivaragan. I work as a principal software engineer at Capital One. It is my privilege and honor to be here with you today at TOHacks 2021 Hackathon. Not long ago, I remember sitting in hackathons and career fair sessions just like you. And I used to wonder how my life was going to change when I leave school and start working full-time, you know. Thankfully, when I was wrapping up my graduate studies at University of Texas, I got an invite to attend a career fair event at Capital One Plano campus. The minute I walked into that campus, I knew that's exactly where I belong. I knew that's exactly where I wanted to work. And so I did just that. So I started off as an entry-level software engineer at Capital One. I got plenty of opportunities to try different stuff. In fact, I started my career as a tester, testing front-end applications for a couple of months. Then I moved on and started work as a digital analyst where I understood how users behave when they navigate websites. Later on, I got the opportunity to work on customer facing front end application development. And these days, my focus is mostly on back end development. And the reason I'm telling you all this is when you're first getting started, you may not have all figured out, and that's okay. Just be open and try your best to learn from every single opportunity you get. And you'll eventually reach a place where you know what works best for you. Capital One is a fun, tech centered workplace, and we care much about diversity and inclusion. If you're wanting to be a part of an organization where you want to work on modern tech stack alongside people with diverse cultural backgrounds, then we should definitely talk. Thank you for listening, and I wish you good luck with your hackathon.
Awesome. And over to Caroline Ken, a talent acquisition coordinator for Race 21/Tech Resources.
Hi everyone and welcome to the hackathon. My name is Caroline and I'm here to represent TEC. TEC is one of the sponsors of this event and we are a diversified mining company based in Vancouver, one of the biggest employers in Western Canada. I work specifically for the Race 21 team, which is like the software development department of TEC, and we currently have about 250 employees developing software applications to improve the way we work using super exciting tools like robotics, AI, big data, and some of the mentors that you will meet during the event are from that team. We're super excited to be here and we wish everyone good luck. Remember that you're here to have fun, to experiment, and to meet new people. Thank you.
Awesome. And thank you, Race 21 Tech, for being a gold sponsor for TOHacks 2021. Over to Brian from Google Cloud.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian Lozano and I'm part of the Hackathon Operations and Education Outreach Programming here at Google Cloud. Our challenge this weekend at TOHacks is about Google Cloud. Cloud computing is getting things done using someone else's computer. So when you use Google Cloud, you're using Google's computers. How cool is that? So what is Google Cloud? Google Cloud lets you build, host applications and websites, store data, analyze data, all on Google's highly scalable and reliable computing infrastructure. Some of the popular Google Cloud products are App Engine, which help deploy web apps and mobile backends to the cloud, Firebase, the mobile development platform featuring the real-time database, and some of the databases, Cloud Firestore, Cloud SQL, and Cloud Storage. There's also the Google Maps platform that allows users to analyze the data within Google Maps in a series of API formats. I want to highlight Google Cloud's machine learning APIs. What's awesome about these pre-trained models is that they allow users to gain insights into their data without any prior experience at all. You're simply using the power of Google Cloud. Some of the popular APIs are video intelligence, vision, speech, natural language, and translation. The Vision API has landmark detection, which helps to detect key landmarks in the photos and also as well give a confidence score from 0 to 100%. Also within the Vision API, there's label detection, which helps to detect what's going on in a photo or also as well in an image. As you can see there, it detected resort, swimming pool, and vacation, and also as well gave a confidence score from 0 to 100% in each of the categories. Lastly, within the Vision API, there's face detection that helps to detect all the faces in the photos and or images and helps to also as well analyze what type of emotion are they expressing, from joy, sorrow, and anger. Within the natural language API, there's entity detection, which helps to detect keywords in a text. As you can see here, it helped to detect Biden, campaign trail, and Pennsylvania. Also within the natural language API, there's sentiment analysis, which helps to determine how positive or negative one text can be. I want to talk about the API challenge that Google Cloud is having at TOHacks this year, which is called the best use of Google Cloud. Use any Google Cloud product, Firebase, and Maps do count to qualify. Every member of the winning team will receive their own Google Cloud branded backpack. We're also giving away a second place prize for our API challenge, and every member of the winning team, the second place team, will receive their own Google Cloud swag box. So get your swag on. We're also going to be distributing cloud credits, so check for an email for Major League Hacking to activate your $25 in Google Cloud free credits. We're also having a recorded Firebase Tech Talk where my colleague Andrea will be talking over Cloud Firestore, Firebase hosting, and Firebase authentication. We'll be releasing the recording on our Discord channel. Thank you so much, TOHacks, and happy hacking, everyone.
Awesome. And last but not least, I would like to finally present TOHacks 2021, presented by Two Keys Interact. Interact and Two Keys are our title sponsor for this event. They will have a workshop on digital ID at 12 p.m. and will be also the headliner for the sponsor fair happening at 3 o'clock. So I'd like to introduce the keynote speech that we have as part of the opening remarks, and this is presented by Debbie Gamble, Chief Officer, Innovation Labs and New Ventures of Two Keys Interact. Debbie brings 35 years of experience to the Interact team. She drives our innovation strategy and minds for new venture and partnership opportunities. Her firsthand experience as an entrepreneur and with such innovations as mobile commerce, digital ID, and cryptocurrency solutions make her one of the country's most seasoned authorities on the digital economy. Debbie has worked internationally in Europe and in the US. She has spoken on the global stage at the Innovation Project, Money 2020, and the SIBOS, and she sits on the advisory boards of Communitech, Luge Capital, FinTech Canada, and Women in Payments. Debbie has been named one of the 25 most influential women in payments, FemTech Leader of the Year, Distinguished Payments Professional, Top 50 Women in FinTech, and one of Canada's 50 Best Executives. Debbie, the floor is yours.
Thanks so much, Andy. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, hackers. As Andy said, I look after the innovation and new ventures arm at Intacc. Hopefully you all know Intacc is Canada's premier payment network. What you might not know is that we are 100% Canadian. We are owned by financial institutions, including the large banks, but also the smaller cooperative entities or credit unions across our beautiful country. We have a team here today, so please make use of them. They'll be working over the weekend. As Andy just mentioned, we have a digital ID workshop that we're hosting around noon, I think, today. And our team includes some incredible expertise in the digital ID and security space from our subsidiary Two Keys, who we acquired just over a year ago to enhance our position in the digital ID space. We're proud to support this weekend's activities. We're looking forward to working with you, looking forward to exploring your creativity and new ideas as we think about ways to innovate in Canada and enhance our position as a leading player in technology around the world. Next slide, please, Joy. You may be familiar with the pharmaceutical company Johnson & Johnson as one of the few companies who are developing a vaccine for COVID-19. It's hard to believe that in the 1980s, long before many of you were born, Johnson & Johnson were at the center of a firestorm when 7 people died after reportedly ingesting cyanide-laced Tylenol capsules in Chicago. The decision to remove over $100 million from shelves worldwide initially drew criticism as a massive overreaction to the crisis. But that soon changed to praise, not only as the right moral decision, but also as a coup for a business that clearly put people above profits. After Tylenol was relaunched with the revolutionary tamper-proof packaging seal and the introduction of the caplet, Johnson & Johnson's market share, which had plummeted during the crisis, was reinstated within 2 years. And 30 plus years on, this is still seen as a textbook example of how a company can effectively manage a crisis to reinstate its reputation and the trust of its customers. Next slide, please, Joe. Fire Festival, hopefully some of you have seen the incredible documentary on Netflix, was launched by would-be tech entrepreneur Billy McFarland and musician Ja Rule. And it promised an exclusive musical festival spread over 2 weekends in the lush private island once owned by Pablo Escobar in the Bahamas. Tickets sold for thousands of dollars, some as much as $250,000 for an exclusive package. And then attendees were promised luxurious accommodations, traditional island cuisine, and of course, a killer concert. But the afternoon before fire was set to begin, musical acts started to pull out, citing their lack of confidence in the organizers' ability to pull off the event. That evening, concert goers started arriving via chartered planes from Miami. And this is what they found. Instead of the promised luxury villas and gourmet catering, they documented an unfinished gravel lot, scattered disaster relief tents, a skeleton staff, and the now infamous cheese sandwich. An innovative idea. The festival sold out immediately due to a slick social media campaign, but ended with its organization and its founder's reputation shattered. This is just one small example of what happens when trust is eroded. But this issue can quickly scale when data is involved. When it was unveiled that Cambridge Analytica had harvested the personal data of millions of Facebook users' accounts and used that data without their consent for political purposes, it was a watershed moment in how the public views its own data. It's triggered calls for tighter regulation of how the company manages its data. And it's even become a platform for some US politicians to call for tighter regulation and the breakup of big tech. This incident also shows us how our data has become a commodity. So when trust is eroded, it's not simply a moral issue. It can be a significant barrier to any company's growth and success. Next slide, please, Joe. Tylenol, fire, and the Cambridge Analytica incidents are 3 examples of how trust is a factor in how we develop and how we build and promote products. But it also illustrates how we need to think about scaling and what happens when our products fail. So today at TOHacks, I want to talk about trust. Trust is a really important topic, not just for my organization and my team, but it's also a significant topic for the world at the moment, and one that we need to think about as we're designing new technology. Trust isn't something we can hack, or is it? Perhaps you guys will think about solutions where you can bring perhaps some ethical hacking to deliver trust into various ecosystems. We know that trust is an essential element to society. It unifies our families, our communities, and even the way that we're governed. And we know that trust is also a key component to the success of any business, and that reputation is the measurement by which our communities and our customers trust us. In our data-driven, hyper-connected world, where technology can enable exponential opportunities to interact and design and reimagine new experiences, trust is an incredible element in that mix. And if data is perhaps as The Economist named the new oil, then trust is indeed a currency. And for all of us, for you creators, for corporations, for our politicians and institutions, this means that we need to think about how we can embed trust and establish trust at every touch point across our products and our offerings. Done well, this is not simply an expression of our brand, but it can also be a huge factor in our company's growth. So in a future where trust is paramount, our approach to technology, to innovation, and to design needs to be based on a framework that ensures this trust at every touch point. It needs to be relevant. It needs to ensure authentic engagement, and it needs to be inclusive. And that idea of inclusivity is one of the challenges that the Two Keys and Interact team are going to be exploring with you today. For the next few minutes, I'd like to talk more about this idea of a trust framework and a way for you to think about it as you're designing and hacking, and how that trust framework can help accelerate our technology and our business desires without compromising the security or indeed even the privacy of Canadians. Next slide, please, Joe. Our approach to digital innovation must be anchored on facts and evidences that are irrefutable. When everything is connected to everything else, assurance of authenticity is paramount. Not only that we can prove we are who we say we are, but also to ensure that we know exactly who and what we're interacting with. The viability of our digital world actually relies on our ability to ensure authenticity and the verifiability, that's a big word, but the verifiability of assets, of things, of people, even the way that we are connected. And this interaction needs to be based on something that we can trust. In the world of digital ID, and you can hear more from our experts with you today, these are called foundational attributes. These are our birth certificate and our citizenship cards. And these attributes are the things that our environment and our ecosystem most trusts to prove and authenticate we are who we are. Not only are these foundational attributes the anchor for how we authenticate ourselves, but they also provide access to other forms of authentication. We use them to get things like supporting credentials. That might be our passport, a driving license, a social insurance number, and a health card. And we use these credentials to prove who we are and secure relationships with institutions like a bank. We use them to open up a bank account and to get a credit card, etc. And many of you are probably starting that journey as you start your careers. And when we build upon those relationships and we build enough trust and reputation, it strengthens the way these institutions look at us. And it allows us to move up through the prosperity value chain. It allows us to get a credit card, to get a car. And as we move up that prosperity value chain, perhaps we can buy a home, or even as we get older, get a luxury item, perhaps like a boat or a second property. Without, though, these foundational attributes, and without some of these credentials and the building of trust and relationships with these institutions, we would have a significant challenge moving through the prosperity value chain. Let's take an example. Think of Asana. Asana is an Iranian new Canadian. She's come to Canada to pursue a fellowship in dermatology. She's highly educated. She's extraordinarily bright, and she even has access to some financial resources. But without those foundational attributes and credentials, Asana is going to find it very hard to move through this prosperity value chain. She's going to find it hard to get credit, to get a loan, to build upon her career and build a new business of her own. So I'd like you to think about the relationship of trust through this prosperity value chain. And if we are to move into a world of abundance, we need to create authentic engagement. And we also need to move into a world where we can digitize some of these irrefutable assets so that everybody can participate. So if we have a foundation that we can start to innovate and we can start to build products and services, we can get to work, right? But there's some other things that we need to think about. To truly build products and services that enable our collective digital future, we need to be inclusive. This isn't a new idea. We all know that diversity of thought produces better outcomes. A 2018 Gartner study found that diversity increases a company's bottom line. And for companies that have more diverse management teams, they can see up to 19% higher revenue due to innovation. So this relates to our bottom line, and it relates to our ability to effectively innovate. So when hacking into the next problem or opportunity, we need to create innovative solutions that consider everyone, including new immigrants and people in remote communities. It's about engaging everyone, including the communities on the periphery, for us to be able to create better solutions. And this isn't simply a goal, it's a business imperative. At Intacc, this is something we know a little bit about. For over 37 years, Intacc has been enabling Canadians to securely transact all across the country, whether in large cities or within our remote communities. And our trusted relationships with financial institutions, with retailers and merchants and businesses and consumers like yourselves provide us with the ability to drive rapid adoption and usage of new products and solutions across our network. And for the 7th year running, we are incredibly proud to have been named, actually last week, by the Gustafson Trust Index as the #1 financial services brand in Canada. We don't take that lightly. We are privileged and humbled to be seen that way by Canadians, and we work very hard to ensure that we deliver on that promise. Next slide, please, Joy. So how can we ensure that we're inclusive? It's a really interesting question, because when everything is connected to everything else, inclusivity is inescapable. And trust once again becomes paramount. And here's why. To deliver trust into this environment, we need to deliver trust to everyone, but also to everything in the environment. And as you know, this is a complex challenge. We need to think not just of the 37 plus million of us in Canada, but we need to think about every device and every node each of us and each of those devices are connected to. Last year, Gartner stated that interconnected things now outnumbered consumers 4 to 1. So that notion of trust and security is now paramount. It creates a slew of new opportunities, but it also creates some significant challenges for us as we think about how we develop new solutions. So when we're thinking about innovation, we need to keep that trust challenge top of mind, but we also need to think about how this scales, not just in the Internet of Things. I heard a new term last week called the U of Things, where we are now those nodes. And we need to think about how this is going to scale. Next slide, please, Joy. So we need to be inclusive, and we need to embrace the idea of digitizing foundational attributes. But in a world where the pace of technology and change is impacting pretty much everything, how can we ensure that our innovation remains relevant? The relevant, we know, inevitably becomes irrelevant, especially in technology. We know that what is relevant today is not going to be necessarily relevant tomorrow, and that the technology and the tools and the information that enables our solutions today will change, as will our experiences. And our hyper-connected reality is generating, as we heard earlier, more and more data, which is setting the stage for AI to predict, reimagine, and re-architect our future needs and desires. And this presents some massive questions around ethics and our goals and how we are going to embrace the magnitude of the data available to us. There's a lot to consider here, but it's going to change everything. So a framework of trust enabling accessible interactions can transform the prosperity chain that I referenced earlier into a web of prosperity. And so what does this mean? So instead of moving along that value chain, we're actually now moving into and throughout a network. And as that web grows, as you know, something interesting starts to happen. Everyone then, regardless of age, location, background, or status, can now have access to items previously inaccessible on the value chain. And the value web is now accessible to everyone. And when innovation is built and delivered on a trusted framework, and it is relevant to the user, and it is inclusive, it can now become a catalyst for abundance. Next slide, please, Joy. Thank you. So what can we do? How can we hack trust? Well, that's a great thing for you to consider over the weekend. And perhaps you might think, well, you actually can't hack trust. But what we can do is that we can ensure that innovation and the information that we have and that we are relying on is based on authentic and verifiable information. It is based on what we called earlier foundational attributes. We need to ensure that our organizations and our institutions are inclusive and that they embrace diversity. And that we build and innovate these products to make them relevant to address our customers' needs and address their challenges. Imagine, if you can, a world where there is no second guessing the safety or even the authenticity of data, where you are confident that the people you are corresponding with are actually the people or the things you are interacting with, where trust is secured in every offer, in every conversation, and of course in every transaction, and where there are no cheese sandwiches. Trust will continue to transform how we think about everything. It will make us think about the way we look at wealth, the way we think about markets, power, and as we've seen over possibly the last few years, how we think about politics. For companies, that means we need to establish and maintain trust at every level of interaction. Building trust in support of greater prosperity in our digital world is perhaps one of our greatest challenges, but it must also be seen as one of our greatest opportunities. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Debbie, for the very insightful keynote. Really appreciate it. And thank you again for Interacting 2 Keys for being the title sponsor for TOHacks 2021. I'd like to thank again all of our sponsors who are taking part in making this event possible: Distributed Compute Labs, Geotab, Capital One, Intacc, Ada, Postman, Tech, Cockroach Labs, IE University, FDM, and Courier. And to our partners who have really supported us with either prizes, additional resources for our participants to really make this experience a great one. So Google Cloud, MOH, Ubisoft, the Codex, EchoAR, Valera Labs, OpenAI, Linode, Replit, Slido, Senso, Sticker Mule, T-Shirt Elephant, and Sticker Giant.
Yes, so this is the weekend overview. As you can see, we have lots planned for everyone. Just want to highlight the more important dates and times. So hacking officially starts after our opening ceremony at 11:30. We have workshops starting at 12 p.m., a sponsor fair at 3 p.m., and our initial deadline for dev posts will be tonight at 10 p.m. On Sunday, we have one more workshop at 11. Hacking ends at 1 p.m., so make sure you get your projects in before then. And closing remarks will be at 6 p.m., where we will announce our winners. So now for the fun part. So challenge statements and judging. All the prizes are in Canadian dollars unless otherwise mentioned. Please reference dev post as your sole source of truth. So for general prizes, here are our prizes for first place, second place, and third place. I'm not going to read through everything, but it will be on the screen for a few seconds just for you to look at. But please reference the dev post as well for all the specific prizes. So for our first challenge statement, it is from Interact/2keys. Design a project to make digital identity more inclusive by addressing an inclusivity issue at any phase of the lifecycle of a digital identity credential. Yes, so for prizes, it'll also be on dev post, so I won't be going through every single one. So the next challenge statement is create your project with the DCP API. So all participants of this challenge will receive a virtual badge indicating you are DCP certified. Here is the first place prize and the second place prize. For the Intacc challenge, find innovative and practical solutions to improve customer satisfaction. The Geotab challenge, use Geotab's telematics datasets in the most innovative way possible. Available datasets are in COVID mobility impact, weather information, urban infrastructure analytics, and more. For the Race 21/Tech Challenge, develop a project that addresses the rapidly evolving problem of climate change using technology. For the Courier Challenge, use Courier to build notifications for your app. For the ADA challenge, make use of or improve ADA's platform in a new and novel way to create an immensely valuable customer interaction. Build an API that makes use of ADA's HTTP block to have ADA do something valuable. For the Cockroach DB challenge, use Cockroach DB in your hackathon application. Google Cloud Challenge, build your hackathon project with a suite of secure storage, powerful computing, and integrated data analytics products provided by Google Cloud. For the OpenAI Challenge, use OpenAI's API in your hackathon. For Echo AR, build the best AR/VR application using the Echo AR platform. For the DataStax Astra Challenge, Apache Cassandra is one of the most widely used database technologies in modern computing with a proven track record of scalability. Build your app using DataStax Astra. For the domain.com challenge, register a .tech domain name using domain.com during the weekend. Each team may submit one entry per person on the team. For the DigiKey challenge, build your app using your preferred hardware or hardware emulator. And last but not least, the Gina challenge. Gina is an open source search framework that makes building AI-powered search applications easier for hackers. Create a search functionality that matches all kinds of data, including text, images, videos, and more. And now we have a little presentation from MLH.
Hey, I'm Jacqueline from Major League Hacking, and I am super excited to be here at TOHacks this weekend, where I am joined by Nathan. I cannot wait to see what you'll create, and so make sure you come and say hi at some point during the weekend. I'm about to tell you a ton of really important stuff, and if you're anything like me, you're either going to forget about it or you're just going to ignore me. So when you do, head over to hack.mlh.io for everything that you need to know. But first, what is Major League Hacking? Well, we are the global hacker community, and it's our mission to empower hackers just like you. In fact, in the last year, we've empowered over 135,000 hackers from all across the world. By attending TOHacks this weekend, you're earning community points to your school, college, or university, and the best way to earn more is to attend more MLH Member events, MLH Local Hack Day, and MLH Local Host Workshops. Whichever school earns the most will be declared the champions in our season-wide competition, and of course, the best way to earn more is to bring your friends. But what is Major League Hacking doing here at TOHacks this weekend? Well, first up, make sure you take a break and come to Slideshow Karaoke at 8 p.m. ET today on Saturday. It's a great chance to relax, meet some new friends, and most importantly, take a break from hacking. You're gonna need it. Also, make sure you grab a beautiful limited edition 2021 season mascot mask, sponsored by Capital One, while supplies last. The form you need to fill in is in the MLH sponsor channel on Discord. And also, don't forget to draw an Octocat to win an Octocat. You see that beautiful creature on your screen right now? That is an Octocat. So draw your own and tweet your entry to @GeoEducation and @MLHacks using hashtag MyOctocat and hashtag TOHacks2021. The best we see will win their very own Octocat, and get creative. My favorite ever was drawn using ketchup, mustard, and toothpaste. And if you haven't already, make sure you grab a GitHub Student Developer Pack. It includes thousands of dollars of free resources, including APIs, domains, hosting, tutorials, and more. You can grab it using the link on your screen right now. Also, we've got a ton of extra resources here just for you at TOHacks this weekend. First up, Gina AI is a brand new MLH partner, and you should really check them out. They are awesome, and they're sponsoring a Best Use of Gina prize this weekend. You can use their technology to create search applications using any type of data, so use text, pictures, videos, or audio to search for content. Check them out, and the winning team for their prize category will receive an awesome Arduino Tiny Machine Learning Kit. You definitely don't want to miss out. Also, don't forget to claim your free .tech domain from domain.com, including domain privacy. Just head over to hackp.ac/domain and use promo code BlueSkies. And if you haven't already, check your email for up to $100 in free Google Cloud credits, redeemed $25 at a time. You can redeem up to $100 per Google account, and you can create as many accounts as you need. Refill codes are available by talking to me and Nathan if you run out, and we're doing a prize for best use of Google Cloud this weekend. Also, COVID-19 related projects will have a chance to win $5,000 in Google Cloud credits for future development. And if you haven't had enough already, get started in minutes with 5 gigabytes of free and no credit card needed with DataStax Astra, their cloud database as a service. They are awesome. And they also have a support portal, so if you need help this weekend and you get stuck, they're here for you. If you want some additional resources on how to use DataStax Astra, head over to hack.mlh.io. And finally, if all of this software stuff isn't really your vibe and you want to build a hardware hack, well, DigiKey is now sponsoring the Best Hardware Hack prize category. We'll be picking 2 winning teams at this event, and each winning team member will receive a Grove Beginner Kit with built-in embedded Arduino-compatible board. And, you know, if you're new to hardware hacks and you don't already have hardware, do not worry. Hardware emulator projects are totally eligible for this prize category too. And also, jump straight into hacking. Don't worry about the boilerplate code. Check out our starter kits at hackp.ac/learn. As a quick recap, here are all the prize categories we're running here at TOHacks this weekend. And make sure you demo this weekend. See this beautiful sticker? You can go and collect a different one for every single hackathon you go to. So if you want an iDemo sticker in the mail, make sure you demo. It's a great opportunity to practice your public speaking skills and get a bit of experience demoing in public. And finally, these companies and more are looking to hire hackers just like you. So if you're looking for a job or an internship, head over to hackp.ac/careers. Okay, on a more serious note, MLH hackathons are a safe space for everyone, and by being at this event, whether you're a hacker, sponsor, volunteer, organizer, or anyone else, you're agreeing to the MLH Code of Conduct. If you haven't already, you should probably go and read it, but the TLDR is to be respectful. Harassment and abuse will not be tolerated. Additionally, at digital events, it's important to remember there is a human on the other side of the screen. Boundaries still exist. Be mindful of connecting with people's online and social profiles without permission, and people are not ignoring you if they do not reply immediately. Give them time to get to your messages and questions. If you're having an issue this weekend, please come and talk to me or Nathan. If we're offline, send an email to incidents@mlh.io or call this number. Again, we want you to have an incredible time here at TOHacks this weekend, so if anything is preventing that, please let us know. Okay, that's all. Thank you again so much to all our partners. Me and Nathan are so excited to be here this weekend, and we cannot wait to see what you create. Happy hacking!
Awesome. Thank you, Jacqueline. Got a few more slides to go through. The first one here is on judging criteria. So all the projects will be judged on these criteria that is also on our dev post, and they will be weighted equally. Next slide, please. Team formation. If you don't already have a team, send a message in team formation to find others. There will be team members on deck to be able to help you as well. Teams must consist of 4 people maximum, and within your dev post submissions, everyone must be a registered and accepted participant, and they must show up on your dev post project submission as well.
Awesome, thank you. So for mentorship requests, if you need a mentor's assistance regarding your project, please make sure to submit your request using the TOHacks mentor bot. Instructions can be found in the Find a Mentor channel on Discord. Note that we will only accept mentorship requests through the mentor bot, as the bot organizes all of the mentorship requests in a queue for mentors to claim. Throughout the weekend, if you have any questions for organizers, message us on the Ask Organizers channel. And if you have any issues or any assistance that you need for Discord, make sure to message on Discord help. For the Hacker Pack, this has all the information on the schedule for TOHacks 2021, any prizes and challenge, any frequently asked questions you might have. So make sure to check it out at live.tohacks.ca. And we're holding a sponsor fair at 3 to 4:30 today. So we will be conducting it on Kumo Space, which is a free interactive virtual platform, very similar to in-person networking. So you'll have multiple rooms where you can join in and network with sponsors. It's an interactive in a way that you can move in the room, send messages in private or not, and other cool features that are available too. So attending this session, make sure to take a selfie with the recruiter if they're comfortable and post it on Discord on the giveaways channel, which will put you in a raffle for a special prize. The link to the Kumo Space will be shared to all participants at 3 p.m. on Discord. So remember that you are networking with professionals, so it's important that you're prepared and respectful. So if you have any other questions or any information you'd like, make sure to check out the Hacker Pack. Awesome. So as you can see, there are a lot more prizes here that are available. So AirPod raffles will also be a part of this for who registered for the event, and additional entries for those who were referred. So make sure that you take a look at some of this, and if you're interested, to come out and participate. As always, make sure to connect with us on social media. We'll be posting regular updates of everything that's happening during this weekend on our social media. So you can find us at TOHacks on Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any urgent requests or anything that you need, make sure to message us on Discord. And if it's something that's not as urgent, make sure to email us at info@tohacks.ca. Awesome. Hacking begins now. Good luck to everyone. If you have any questions, make sure to message us on Discord. We'll be making sure that everyone is prepared to hack. Thank you, everyone.